Hello, I'm Yola. Now I will explain to you about gradient. Gradient, lines, what is that? First of all, what the difference is between each line? The differences between each line is the slope, and in math we call it gradient. Gradient the line. If we know the coordinate of 2 points on a line, we can use the formula differences between y coordinate over differences between x coordinate. The gradient of a line tells us how steep it is. For example, the line which passes through 1, 3 and 2, 6. So the gradient will be 6 minus 3 over 2 minus 1 equal to 3. So the gradient is 3. Type of gradient. There are several types of gradient, which are positive gradient, zero gradient, and negative gradient. Positive gradient. A line sloping upward to the right. So the line will be look like this. For the example, there's a line which has a difference between y coordinate is 2 and the difference between x coordinate is 1. So the gradient will be 2 over 1 equal to 2. So the gradient is 2. Zero gradient. A line is horizontal. Y value are not changing, not increasing or decreasing. There's a line which has zero gradient will be look like. Because y value are not changing, so the gradient will be 0. Negative gradient. A line sloping downward to the right. The line will be look like. For the example, the line which difference between y coordinate is equal to negative 3 and the difference between x coordinate is equal to 1, so the gradient negative 3 over 1, so the gradient is negative 3. Remember, and for negative. For more understand, let's answer the question. Find the gradient of the line that passes through a negative 8, negative 1 and 2, negative 6. So we already know the coordinate of 2 points on line. There are negative 8, negative 1 and then 2, negative 6. So we choose what the value of x1, x2 and then y1, y2. So x1 will be negative 8, x2 is 2 and y1 is minus 1, y2 is negative 6. So after we know the value of x1, x2, y1, y2, we can direct substitute that value to the form. So the form of the gradient, to find the gradient, is the differences between y coordinate over the differences between x coordinate, or delta y over delta x. Delta y is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Delta x is x2 minus x1. So we direct substitute. Y2 is negative 6 minus 1 over 2 minus negative 8. So it can be, we can write as this, right? And then the result is minus 5 over 10. Or we can simplify minus 1 over 2. So we know the gradient is negative 1 over 2. So if the gradient is minus, so we can assume, right, that the graph will be maybe like this, yeah. It's not pretty good and accurate. So this is minus x1 minus x comma 1 and then 2 So this is 2 comma negative 6. So the line, I think, will be like this. So it's not the accurate, but you can use wrapping utility to confirm. Thank you guys, and see you.